Choosing your editor can be the difference between publishing weekly or burning out. I'm going to show you the best pick for beginners, an all-rounder for growth, and the industry standard for advanced creators. Hey, I'm Mike Russell, and I've been teaching audio and video here on this channel for the last 15 years. And in today's video, I will show you 3 options for editing your YouTube videos from beginner all the way to advanced and more complex workflows. So let's dive in. And we're going to start out here with Riverside. Who is it for? Well, new YouTubers and podcasters who want to record and publish fast without wrestling a timeline. You might never have touched an editor in your life, and you definitely don't want to learn complex things like EQ and compression. Why does this fit? Well, first, you can record, edit, and even publish right here from your browser. All the controls to do it are right here. Secondly, when we join a recording studio, while I'm working in 1080p, if your hardware supports it, you can record in up to 4K with very, very high quality audio right here. This is amazing. Down here under the script option, we've got a teleprompter, and look at this, I can actually paste here what I want to say and hit record. There's also a built-in teleprompter. You can import your script and it will scroll as you record, which is a lifesaver for perfecting your delivery. There you go. I've read from the teleprompter. I've recorded my project. Now I can view it. Look at this. Riverside actually has text-based editing. I can highlight and delete any part of the script I want to make sure I've got the perfect podcast. No wrangling around with waveforms. You can if you want to down here, but mostly the editing can be done by highlighting text and hitting the delete key on your keyboard. Under Made For You, once you've recorded an episode, Riverside actually has magic clips. These are short-form videos for social media from your long-form recordings. It even rates how good each clip is. Look at this. This is a 99 out of 100, a 95 out of 100, 90 out of 100, instantly available for you to download and share. You also get these lovely AI captions and speaker-labeled transcripts here, so in one click, you can edit things and make it just how you want. We've also got the ability to go to our co-creator over here. It's just like chatting to an AI. I can say, remove all boring bits. And rather than me sitting there for hours, it's going to think through how to identify the fluff, as it calls it in your podcast. And look at this, it's going through. I'm not touching the keyboard. It's editing the podcast for me and removing all the boring bits and the bits that should not be in my show. I am a human in the loop here. I can just click apply, and then we go to the next one and hit apply. This is my AI co-creator that is basically getting rid of all the boring stuff from my show. And finally, when you're happy with what you've made, you can export this into any quality of video, up to 4K, of course. You can also get the audio-only version if you like, and you can even get the timeline to go across to different editors, some of which we'll look at now. Okay, when you pass the basics and you need a little bit of polish, then DaVinci Resolve is going to be a great solution. Now, it's free for most of the features. You can pay for the studio version as well to get a few extra features. I can drag and drop and change the frame rate. Already I'm doing techie stuff, but I can get my video in up here. Now, I can start by pulling this into my timeline, and yes, you do have to work here in a timeline with your video. Look at this. Now, first of all, I'm in the cut section where I can basically scan through my video. I'll grab the scissors tool, and of course I'll just choose right here the little bits that I want to cut out of my video. There we go. That's a cut I want to make. Hit delete, and yeah, kind of similar to Riverside. Down here on a timeline, I'm deleting the bits I don't need. But notice, no text-based editing here. We're now working in an editor itself. Now, I've got to say, Resolve's standout feature has to be the color tools. If I go to the color tab here, the color wheels are absolutely industry standard. Look at this. I can absolutely move them around until I get the kind of color that I'm looking for in my video, just by moving like that. And of course, if I have a little bit of hardware, I can dial this in even further so I can get exactly the shadows and the highlights I like in my video. Second to none, the color grading inside DaVinci Resolve. Now over here in Fairlight, yes, the audio is also pretty good right here in DaVinci Resolve. Fairlight is what you'll use, and it includes things like voice isolation, clean up dialogue, and also presets for YouTube's loudness standards. For instance, look over here, I've got a dynamics button where I can double click and I can actually change things if I know what I'm doing to set up a compressor. I can add some beefy compression ratio, and I can also decrease the attack and the release and increase the hold somewhat so that when I play something back for the sunny climes of Cyprus, we can actually see that the compressor is kicking in. We've got the same opportunity here for EQ, and if I know what I'm doing, I can boost or reduce certain frequencies in my audio, and I can add in different effects as well. There are a bunch of effects available to me in the Fairlight section of DaVinci Resolve. And as you'll see over here in DaVinci Resolve, they make it super easy to go from left to right to do all of your processing. Deliver is the final thing. You've got your edited video or whatever it is you're working on, and now you can actually go into here and export specifically for YouTube because they have YouTube presets all the way up to 4K, just like Riverside. So I can say this is a 4K video and I'll call it my video, and then I can go ahead and add it to the render queue and get it exported. Now, if you're collaborating with a team or adding complex motion graphics, Premiere and the Adobe suite of tools is probably what you're going to want. Look at this. It's easy to drag and drop a video file over here into my media panel and drag it down here again into very much a waveform and video-based editor. Now, the best thing is it will transcribe and use media intelligence on my file. So not only will I get a transcript so I can do some form of text-based editing, but the media intelligence allows me to search for things inside my video. That's now complete, and this is really cool. You'll also see my text-to-speech is now finished. If I go to the transcript, you'll see a big transcript. And yes, again, I can actually select parts of my text and hit delete to delete it here. And you'll see that's reflected with a cut in my timeline. Dynamic link is also incredible. It lets you send stuff from the timeline to other Adobe apps. Look at this. Edit in Adobe Audition. There's even the chance to edit things in Photoshop if you like. If I click this and select OK to the default settings, you'll see it fires open Adobe Audition. Look at this. I get everything, including my video and the waveform, right here inside Adobe Audition, where I can add even more advanced audio processing to my video. For social media, auto reframe is brilliant. Look at this. You can auto reframe any sequence and make it square, vertical, or even vertical 9:16 here for things like TikTok and YouTube Shorts. And look at this, it's completely restructured me and it's following me as I move my head. It has reframed me to fit into a 9:16 frame ready for a short. Adobe Firefly also added the ability to generate soundtracks, so let's make one. We'll play track 1. Or we could have maybe track 2. Or even track 3. How about track 4? That's my favorite one. I'm going to download it. Okay, we'll drag and drop to get that audio file in here to Premiere Pro. Now, maybe I want to extend that from a minute to be the whole of my video. It's easy to do in just one click. Let's go here to the Ripple Edit tool and change it to the Remix tool. And now what I can do with this musical note icon is drag out my track to cover the whole of my entire video. Using Adobe's AI, it will remix this track seamlessly, and you'll see where those jagged cuts are. That's where it's cut my track to extend it. Let's actually solo that track and have a listen to the cut. And you wouldn't even have known there was a cut there, right? Also, for 4K and 8K footage, Premiere's proxy workflow is seamless, and if you want to collaborate as part of a team, you can also do that right inside Premiere Pro. Production, allowing multiple editors to get into the same project simultaneously and edit to a deadline. So there you go. Editing your own YouTube videos can be fun, and the process is both creative and rewarding, but choosing the right tool for your experience level is key. Why don't you start out with Riverside and publish fast, and step up to something like DaVinci Resolve for a bit of cinematic control and color grading and audio tools, and then move to Premiere when you're collaborating and building complex things, motion graphics, media intelligence, cutting, remixing of things, generative AI, all in one package. If you enjoyed today's video, do hit subscribe now. I release videos like this weekly. I help creators like you with your sound, your intros, your podcast editing, and so much more. Check the description down below for details, and YouTube is showing a video on your screen now you should watch next. Thanks.